it feels nice having an actual mouse. Because I just got an actual mouse.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Oh, my God.
Oh,
Does
wow.
do everything otherwise with, like, track? Are you kidding? Ew.
Yeah. I did everything with the track.
I cannot believe you've been doing that as long as you have. All right, well,
Yeah.
I believe that is everybody ready to go. Everybody's back. Are we ready?
Perhaps.
Yes.
All right, well then. With that,
Parsnips.
with that being said, who would like to do tonight's recap?
I guess it's my turn.
I was gonna say it's between Waverly or Missouri here, I think, so.
Now you can go. I think it'll be funnier if you say it.
Yes.
Yeah. So last session, it was the aftermath of a ginormous war battle that the Starfarers thankfully came out victorious of. Not without a few casualties and grave injuries. Waverly is barely left standing, and BuutSkuut is also very low on the hit points front. But the group reconvenes. We have a bit of discussion with some other soldiers there, including the mysterious Dragon Knight who came to help us. And we decide to reconvene at Synergy Hall, where we resume the airship the Clearmist was stolen from. So we make our way there. Most of the other airships around are destroyed, unfortunately. And we walk in to see Stark absolutely beating the shit out of Oliver. It's a very intense scene, paired with some excellent voice acting, I will say.
Thank you.
Yes.
BuutSkuut gets a punch in, and Oliver is arrested by the remaining guard there. And we each explain our side of the story. Stark explains how they got in suddenly and managed to get away with the airship, while the Starfarers relayed the tale of defending the northern gate. And thankfully, we are all alive. Sickle relays the battle to Lady Zyfel, and she tells us that there is another battle that is broken out at the Ruins of Pandemonium, leading to the conclusion that this is all coordinated, most likely, and that's a big yikes. And we all make a plan to go get some sleep. We'll talk about what we're gonna do in the morning. And Missouri has a bit of an awakening. I don't know what else to call it.
No,
when she learns that
accurate.
Waverly and Dixon slept in the same bed together.
That poor sheltered kitsune.
Oh, don't worry, Missouri. You'll learn eventually. So they end up staying at a house that was rented out to Waverly and Dixon by the Trmyx. And Waverly is put to sleep immediately because she was very low, very, very injured. As I mentioned, barely standing. And everyone else explores the house a little, has a nice dinner before, I assume, heading off to sleep themselves. And that was it.
Yeah.
What will happen this time? And the Kingdom of Dragons.
Yeah, go ahead and give yourself an inspiration point. That's a very good recap. Very good recap. Hit basically every major point. Hit the other battles now breaking out as well. And we're gonna start this session by background audio. Pikmin.
Cool.
Thank you. We're gonna start the session by doing something we haven't done in a while, and for someone who has never had this happen to them yet before, Russell, if you could join me in the private chat, please.
Oh.
What do you mean by that?
Oh.
What do you mean by that? Well,
What do you mean by that?
Well, sir, you're about to find out. So, you find yourself having a conversation with your friends, having a conversation with the other Starfarers, and trying to process everything that has been happening. It's definitely a lot to take in, something that you're not used to in any way. I mean, you've seen a battle before, you went through it back in Westmire, but you've not really been through anything on that scale. And there are other factors, with obviously you meeting Krimpet, that have kind of changed the way you've started to look at things and the way you have been protecting everybody else. And all of this makes you think and wonder, you've been gone for so long, what makes you think is going on back home? So to start, as you fall asleep, if you could describe Russell's abode, his home.
His house is very simple. He lives with his parents and I don't remember if I confirmed sister. I think I was still debating on that.
We'll get to it.
I think I was still debating on that, but
regardless.
yeah, regardless on that fact. It is very nice and simple. 1-story house, 3 rooms, kitchen, living room, the usual. You could see it as like a, what would it be? Like a shed, a hut type of hobby feel, if that makes sense.
Kind of like a almost like longhouse.
Yeah.
Style. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty much that. Obviously, like, the corners of the house or whichever wall would like try to use the trees to their advantage to like help support the walls. And apart from that, not much else. Maybe a couple flowers outside the house to give it a little bit more of a homey feel.
Okay. So as you start to think about home and wondering how your family's doing, your mind wanders. You know your mother's been extremely sick. And only recently, in recent memory, you've seen something that resembled an undead or mutated Kenku in some ways, and that had you thinking of home. And in this moment of all this tension, all this thought going through your mind wanders, and you find yourself standing outside of your mother's room. As you wander through the house, it feels like a normal day. But then it hits you. And as you wander throughout the house and eventually reach your mother's room, you open the door to check on her, and you're met with this glowing pair of red eyes 3 sets specifically. Something you've definitely seen before. And you hear, "Soon, my child, you will be reborn anew. A new Kenku. One far stronger than your old self. Your old body will wither away and become what I need it to be." And as you stand there, Russell, the image starts to, the 3 eyes, you can see now the shadows start to form, and it's that very familiar purple fog to you that you have seen multiple times with the Starfarers before. And as this purple fog starts to form up, you recognize the figure of that dog-like being that you saw back, and you learned its name, Lise. That is the figure that you can see almost ghostly hovering over your mother. Claws kind of caressing the one arm of your mom with the other hand fully gripped on her arm. And you watch as your mother's arm contorts and snaps and starts to uncontrollably, uncompulsively shiver and bend in directions that it's no longer supposed to. Soon, you will not be able to resist the temptation anymore. See the creature licks its lips. What are you doing?
What are you doing to her? Get away now!
You scream. But there doesn't seem to be any response. As if you're not there, you're not present. The figure continues. Step 1. I will change your mind. Once your willpower is gone, the transformation will be all on its own. And when that is done, you will kill everyone in this village. And then you will come to me, serve me loyally, my sweet little creature.
No. I can't let that happen, no. And then at that point, I'm frantically trying to search for like something, anything that I have on me. Like my star map per se. I try to like reach out, grab it, and
Okay. Do
guiding
me a
bolt.
favor.
Uh-huh.
Make an investigation check.
That is ooh. What's my investigation? That might be yeah, that's a 6.
6. Okay. You start frantically looking around for your star map, and it takes you a moment, but eventually you do find it. But you also hear, in the process, as you're frantically looking around and trying to get your star map, soon. And for you. As now the eyes slowly move and glance over into your direction. How can you see this? At this point, you have your star map.
And what was the last thing he said?
How can you see this?
How can I see this?
How can you see this?
Okay. That's something for me to know and for you to worry about later. Now get away from her.
but you're so far away from her. And you have bigger problems to deal with, don't you?
As the laughing fades away and the shadowy image of Delise disappears above your mother, your vision goes black. And for one, you wake up. Not from a deep sleep, but from you wake up and it's more of a you wake up and it's more of a sense of huh and how. What you saw, you don't even know if it was real. Acting on instinct. But it weighs on your mind. And you don't really get a peaceful dream as much as you think you were going to tonight after everything that's happened. You can head back into the other VC. Don't tell them yet.
Okay.
Okay.
What
There
happened?
they are.
Okay. So. Now I want Waverly in the private VC.
What?
Oh, it's
Everyone's getting
my turn
trouble
already?
today.
Turn already.
Alright then. Have fun, friends.
See you on the other side.
See
You
what
hope.
stars.
Wish me luck.
Oy vey, oy.
Okay. Okay.
Ah.
Okay. Well, well, well. Where do we find ourselves here, Waverly? You, in particular, have been incredibly devastated after today. You've took a very slimy, explosive breath, and you barely got away with your life after such a massive battle, such a grueling 6 hours. It felt like even more to you. You and the Starfarers managed to come out on top. But the devastation was brutal. And unbeknownst to you, you've been taken to this... Well, not unbeknownst to you, you're aware that you've been taken to your old rented out Trmyx home, still under protection of the guard and still technically locked down, but they let you in. You haven't really eaten too much, but your injuries were quite severe throughout the entire day. And for you, Waverly, as you dream, and you know, you start to think about in your dream, you know, you think about the city of Ghent, you think about the journey you've had with the Starfarers so far. You think back to your time in Westmire. You also think back to when you took down Newmark. All these events, one after another after another. You're a very smart person. And you've seen the connections. You didn't trust Newmark. The Westmire was the biggest surprise you had, but that was a maybe not even a raid directly from the army as much as it was because they were starving. But it still cost a lot of lives. Newmock cost a lot of lives. And of all those lives that have been costed, it's very hard for you to find a solid sleep, as in your brain and in your mind you can only keep thinking about the events of today. You only start to wonder, could it have been me? It could have been me. But I could have saved all those people if I had just known. And the images of those healers flash, almost like a tape on loop, a song on loop. The memory of the explosive when they say, "What is this stuff?" Followed by you witnessing as your whole body lit up and blew up the area around you. And you were face to face with these clerics and these healers as they just incinerated before your eyes. And it's over and over and over. It's on an endless loop. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Whoa. Constitution save?
Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, okay. Okay. 18?
18, that's really good. As much as this memory plays over and over in your head, Waverly, you can feel your heartbeat in your sleep start to increase, your pulse start to increase. And as much as you want to scream, as much as you want to get up and shout at the top of your lungs, you're doing a great job holding yourself back. What, as you are seeing this memory over and over, what would you like to do?
And this is just a memory going through in my head. It's not like a lucid dream per se.
No, it doesn't feel like you're taking, you don't
It doesn't feel like the other dreams where I could like move around.
It does not. It does not feel
Okay,
like
then.
it does not feel like you know you're in a dream. It's just that same memory over and over and over. Like a bad day of Groundhog Day, just replaying in your mind constantly. If you've ever seen the movie Groundhog Day.
Right. I feel like this perhaps isn't the only dream Waverly has had that's like this.
Mm-hmm.
So she just tries, like a bad intrusive thought, she just tries to push it out of the way by saying, like, just thinking to herself, like, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. There's no way I could have known. It wasn't my fault.
And as you keep saying it wasn't my fault, you feel a hand reach out and grab yours. Hey, Waverly? for a minute, you think this is all part of the memory over and over and over. But then you feel that slight tension on your hand again. Waverly. Hear your name called again.
Is this voice familiar?
Mm-hmm. Sounds like Dixon's voice.
Okay, can I just kind of just kind of do that thing where like kids do when their parents sneak into the room and just like stealthily just like open one of my eyes.
Well, as you see, as you open one of your eyes, you do see Dixon had pulled over a chair, and he's currently holding onto your hand tightly. Waverly. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't. He's not even looking at you, but he's kind of looking at the wall. Kind of looking out the... Yeah, I would say he's kind of looking out this window a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You good?
I can't sleep. You see Dixon takes his other hand and he kind of rubs the side of his face. I just can't sleep. Part of me doesn't want to admit it, but I'm quite scared. But I know this also isn't like you.
I'm sorry, you kept cutting in and out on
okay.
my end.
Sorry, I didn't realize that. Maybe it's because I'm a little far away from the mic, but
No, you're good. It might also be on my end too, but
your Wi-Fi doing the silly thing. Dixon said
yeah.
he can't sleep because, admittedly, he's partially scared. And then the second thing he says is, but I know this also isn't like you. Basically, how you're acting right now. Like how you've been acting ever since the end of the battle.
I'm okay. What are you scared about?
Well, you were kind of... I thought you went okay, considering you kept mumbling, it's not my fault. But I was scared. I still am. Because I feel like I kind of let you guys down. Earlier today, with the whole dragon. It was something about it just scared me.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's a perfectly reasonable response, honestly.
And yet, you stood there, you took the worst it could have to throw at you. And you didn't falter. By any means. You stayed a lot stronger than I think I ever could in that situation. I didn't know what else to do after it showed up, so I ran and I hid. Part of me wishes I would have stayed right by next to you. Did you get all that?
I think I got the gist of it. Honestly, I'm just glad you're still alive. It was pretty scary out there for a minute.
Yeah, it was. I just... Part of me doesn't think I'm ready for what comes next, Waverly. I mean, yes, I have my issues with certain things that have happened, but what if that happens again? What if you're not there? What if I'm not there? I don't know how in either scenario I'd be able to handle myself. I nearly lost you today. And that's something I could never forgive myself for if I did. Unique and PJ, they'd probably kill me. But I'd hate to even think of what your parents would think. If anything, I think I'm more concerned about... Well, I'm just really concerned about you. More than anything else. I want to help you. I do. But as I already said, you seem to be in much bigger things that I don't know if I can be there for all the time to help you.
Yeah, that's fair. But hey, don't don't sell yourself short either. You are also quite strong. And you held your own out there.
I suppose you're right. I did in certain aspects, with you guys needing the rest more than anything. I'm just glad you're okay. But I don't want to see something like that happen to you again. At least, not when I'm around you.
I'm so sorry. Could you repeat that one again?
Oh boy. Oh god. Me trying to think back to what I just said.
I'm sorry.
Nope, you're good. Got you. So Dixon said he doesn't want to see anything like that happen again to you. But if it does, make sure he's not around. Because he doesn't know what he'll do.
Oh. Hey, don't think about it like that. I certainly won't go down. I certainly won't go down as easy as that. Believe me.
I hope not, Waverly. I hope not. And, hey, again, it wasn't your fault. There wasn't really anything you could have done. But if you think there is, or if you think of something to help you, and I can lend a hand, you know I'm going to be there for you. When I can be.
At that one line of "it wasn't your fault," Waverly's breath gets a little shaky for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And she responds again. I know. Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm alright, really.
Dixon kind of breathes a little sigh of relief. Alright, Dragon Slayer. Might as well finish your rest then. I'll see you in the morning. He's gonna wrap his other arm around you. He's gonna give you a hug while you're laying down.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna drag the chair back over, and he's gonna like kick his feet up, and he's gonna try and fall asleep himself again.
Oh boy.
All right, you can head back to the LFC.
All right.
Go back to the void.
Okay, so after a very long day and a very, very long night for some of you, you all do get a long rest. Finally. As we move into the 10th, for those keeping track of the calendar, and you all rise up early in the morning, some of you a little bit more shaken than others. What do you guys want to do?
I feel like Sickle would wake up fairly early,
Okay.
so maybe they would try to go, maybe help make everyone breakfast, and just see what they got.
Yeah, easy enough. Go ahead and make me, just for fun, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Hold on, I dropped my dice.
You're good.
It's all the way.
All good.
across the room. I got it. Okay.
Oh god.
Investigation.
Yeah, just for fun.
Not horrible, but that's only a 10.
10. I was gonna give you some really high. I was gonna give you some really cool stuff if you got higher, but that's okay.
I have a -2.
I know that. That's why it's funny. That's why it's funny. Regardless, Sickle, you get up relatively early and start, working on breakfast for everybody, and well, you don't find anything. Excuse me. You don't find anything superior or sublime throughout all of your, your time searching through this kitchen. You do manage to find, that they have some, there's some salted meats, that are kept away. No fresh poultry, eggs, unfortunately, but there's probably enough stuff in here if you really wanted to make pancakes that you probably could.
Yeah, make pancakes with eggs, but I think seeing the meat, Sickle would probably make something with the meat.
Okay.
Um,
Like sausage links in the morning or stuff like that, like basic.
Yeah. Probably like some sausage stuff, breakfast sausage with toast.
Yeah, and that's easy enough to get with the toast and everything there. Ashton's kind of flying around the kitchen as you try and direct him, like, hey, can you get this or this, as he's kind of flying around the kitchen. And you hear in your head, as you do this, is this something you just do, like, every morning? Like, when you get up this early, is it always you making breakfast? Or, like... I mean, when you're, like, back home.
No, normally it's Papa, actually, that made all the food. He didn't really sleep a lot. But, I mean, that makes sense with him being an elf and all. He normally made the breakfast, but...
That
learned
and,
some things.
of course, his work, right? I mean, you mentioned he worked hard, and
Yeah.
I mean, obviously now he's like Zyfel's right hand, no longer Newmark, like the advisor. So that's that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Hope he's okay.
I'm sure he is. He seemed like a really nice dad.
He is. Sickle's just gonna make food.
While Sickle's working in the kitchen, that's probably when Missouri will rise up.
Yep, and you start to. You're definitely close enough, so you would like hear the tools and the fire like crackling a little bit in the kitchen and stuff like that. It's not a modern kitchen by any means.
And if that doesn't wake her up, maybe even just the whiff of the food cooking up.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I'd allow it. Because why not? Because I always... But fun fact about me, I used to hate the smell of bacon cooking on sauteing, getting up when I was younger. When I was way younger. Now, I smell bacon in the kitchen,
Really?
I'm like, that smells good, let me go.
Food.
Sustenance.
Breakfast.
I don't know what it was. It was just something about the bacon that I just didn't like back then. I love bacon now. It was the same thing with like turkey stuffing. I used to not ever eat turkey stuffing, and I will always have turkey stuffing now. It is just
Valid.
Damn. The more you know.
Yeah. So on that note, Missouri will wake up to the sound of kitchen utensils clattering, maybe the waft of pancakes and meat cooking.
the flap of
She'll
small
just-
dragon wings.
And she'll probably just check up in Sickle. Oh. Morning, Sickle.
Good morning.
Nice to see you up at. Yep. Nice to see you up at it.
Yeah, I tend to wake up early. Thought I'd make everyone breakfast again, you know?
Sounds wonderful. I look forward to it. Are you good on needing any help?
I should be fine for the most part, but I mean, if you see anything in the food stuff that you want, I can cook it up.
I'll go be sure to. Then I'll check around then. There might be some things I
Alright.
haven't actually checked when making dinner.
True.
Anything in particular you're looking for, Missouri?
It's like I think with her seeing that Sickle's cooking hotcakes, maybe some meats. She's probably gonna look for some poultry egg, but as you already established, there's none of that.
Well, not
So I
that.
guess she's
not
just trying
that-
to look for.
Not that Sickle found.
Can Missouri also make an
She
investigation
can.
check?
She can.
Well, I could give it a try. Sheet out and then. Well, it's a natural 14.
Natural 14. Okay. That's better. You start like shuffling through like the fully stocked kitchen shelves, and you start to look around, and you spot like a crate, and you see GG on the back of the crate. But it's like hidden in the back, and you start to move some stuff around, and lo and behold, the label on the side of the crate says eggs.
Oh. I think she's gonna try to retrieve the crate.
Yeah,
and just,
it's
like,
easy
sit down.
enough. It was just pushed all the way in the back compared to everything else.
Hey, Sickle. Think I know what goes well with this? What you're cooking?
What's up? What you got?
And she sets out the crate. You can clearly read it says eggs.
Yes.
Oh. How did I miss that?
It was in the back of the corners. I had to shuffle a few things around to get it out.
Ashen makes little like roar noises. Missouri, obviously you understand Draconic, so what you hear from Ashen, understandably from the roaring and your knowledge of Draconic, is you hear it's just that he didn't look hard enough.
Ashen?
What?
Or maybe
It's true.
Yeah.
Meh.
Oh, you two. Well, in any case, let's see if we can get these eggs cooked up for everyone.
Sure. I'll get right on that.
And on that note, she's gonna help Sickle out with helping them cook up the eggs.
All right. Waverly, roll a d20 for me. Don't add anything.
Okay.
Oof. Oof.
Ooh,
Ooh, that one hurts.
that's a 7.
All right, you wake up before Dixon.
Alright.
I rolled a 3.
Oof.
Oof is right.
Waverly rolls out of bed. Still feeling a bit sore after yesterday.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, she gets up, sees she still has her armor on. Oops. I guess.
You see, Dixon had his feet kicked up on the table, and he was kind of leaning back in the chair. His feet are no longer on that, and the chair is no longer standing upright. He is now just back first on the ground.
Oh.
His one leg is like hanging over the chair awkwardly. And he is just on the floor. He is out cold. He is tired.
Oh boy. A part of me wonders. A part of me wishes I could save this moment forever. Waverly's just gonna step over to him. Does he look like he's real exhausted and I should just let him sleep, or?
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay.
To like determine the health of how he is sleeping, I guess is the best way to put it.
That's an 8.
8. It's tough to tell with an 8 whether he is just exhausted or if it's something else. But in terms of like his health, he still feels okay. But you're not entirely sure if he's just sleeping and didn't realize, or if he's just exhausted after, you know, he could not sleep last night either.
Okay. Oh. Hatter's here.
Hello, Hatter.
Hello.
Ooh, this is actually
Welcome
perfect
in.
timing, actually.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You got here very conveniently. We'll let Waverly finish her thing first, though.
I guess I'm just gonna poke Dixon on the arm a few times, just like.
Hold
there,
on,
buddy.
Hold on. I'm holding.
Oh.
What are you holding on to?
My mouse. That counts, right?
My dice.
My dice. Yeah. We'll get to Hatter's thing in a second then. You start pulling on Dixon's arm. You hear a couple like disgruntled grunts.
I was being yelled for.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, you're good.
You're good. You start to see Dixon's laying on his back, and he starts to open his eyes. And he like groggily opens his eyes. He's like, And as he opens his eyes, he's looking. How did I end up on the floor? How did I?
Don't ask me.
And he looks up. He's like, Waverly's just standing over the top of Dixon. Dixon's just looking up. And he kind of glances to his side, and all he sees is like the legs of Waverly as he kind of glances back up. I'm surprised you're up.
You feeling okay?
Maybe a little tired still, but I'm all right. I'm all right.
Good. You need a hand?
I think I got it. And Dixon will push himself up off the chair. He'll like fix the chair awkwardly. sleep all right? You know, after the whole mumbling thing.
I was mumbling, wasn't I? Yeah, I slept alright.
Well, at least that's good. Dixon's gonna make a... Is he smelling the food? No, he is not. That's a natural 2. Pain. Get out the bad rolls
What
now.
is that, perception?
That was, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's 9.
Ooh, that's a natural 19.
That's a 9, yeah, you catch the whiff of it. Waverly and Dixon, total 9, owie, that one hurts.
Oof.
Hatter, by the way, if you haven't already, you should get a long rest.
Thank you.
Yep.
Well, I don't know about you, but I smell something quite good coming from the kitchen, so...
Well, admittedly, I am quite hungry. Oh, by the way, Mazore made food last night, and I asked her to keep a portion aside for you, in case you woke up. You probably have to ask her about it.
Oh. Okay. Well, thank you. I can probably have that later or something, since someone's already making food right now.
That doesn't mean you can't eat more than what you want.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Anyway, thank you, and let's catch ourselves some grub. She makes her way over.
Yeah, and Dixon, you guys will hear a door open. Sickle, Missouri. You're not sure who it is, but Dixon is walking out with Waverly as they exit the room. Pikmin, your audio is doing the weird thing again, like you. So, before we get to Russell, Hatter, it's very convenient that you're here at this perfect time. Can you join me in the private chat?
I don't like how you said that.
Oh. Okay.
So,
Plot twist!
it's very convenient that you happen to get here just as we're finishing the rest for the night, because now it's Hatter's turn. Now it's Krimpet's turn.
Oh boy.
Good luck,
Yeah,
have
yeah,
fun.
You're gonna do great, sweetie.
I'll be
Don't
right
be too
back.
traumatized.
Oh my
We'll
god.
miss you.
Oh yes, your first one, not even like a month into games. Let's go. So, much like the rest of the Starfarers, Krimpet, since you have joined up with them, since you have arrived in the city of Ghent, excuse me, things have gone a little batshit crazy, pardon the pun.
Go to pun jail.
I'm sorry, I'll go to pun jail after.
Go to pun.
After
go to
I
pun
give you the
jail.
horrors. And
The horrors.
you've stayed with this group, you've met them, you know a lot about the city of Ghent, you have a lot of engineering prowess before you, and you tried your best while you were here to do everything you could. But what you didn't expect was you to be put in such a grand scale battle. One entirely not of your own doing, but one you inadvertently got thrown into. Maybe part of it is because of your connection when you got here with Ranjerus. Maybe part part of it's your connection with Chloe, but there is one thing in particular that all ties together everything you've been through, and that's the group you're with right now. They seem to have a lot more knowledge and a lot more notoriety to certain factions, but, you know, passion to others. They have a lot of clout toward other factions as well. But you look back to the battle and everything you've been through with Ranjerus and BuutSkuut, and the image in your rest, in your sleep, that appears time and time in your mind is that singular airship flying down and just unleashing everything. Your mind wanders toward what could have been or what you want to do now. You suddenly find yourself in a darkened cave. Much similar to your home here in Velstera of Zmir, but nothing like your original home in the Feywild.
I like how this music changed.
And as you look around in this dark cave, you can see pillars like holding up various supports in the cave, and in it's metalwork. It's not natural form pillars, it's metal, it's steam. You can see to your right a box of like gears and axles, a lot of like parts. On the other side of the room you can see a table that is covered in a bunch of metal as well. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
That'd be a 9.
9. Okay. As you look around in this immediate space, someone's missing. You don't see.
No.
You don't see BuutSkuut. Where is BuutSkuut?
He's on the table.
You hear a voice as a light flickers on, blinding you initially, giving you that sense of, oh god, the light! You hear a voice. Krimpet. My. What kind of technology is this? Huh? This is something I've never seen before. Tell me, how did you build it? You do recognize that voice. It is the voice of Ranjerus. And as you squint now through the space, put down your goggles so you can see a little bit. As you said yourself, there is BuutSkuut lying on the table. You ready? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, just breathing, continue.
This technology is very unique. Not like other Emperor technology I've seen. Not at all. But what is interesting is that the core of your construct, its logic core, its memory bank, is shrouded. This should not be possible for a construct. How did you build it?
What did you do? What did you do?
I didn't do anything bad. I just wanted to see what was on the inside of BuutSkuut, as you called it. I wanted to see what made it tick. If I could copy its technology, give it to my boss, and then maybe make one for myself, or use the parts from this to make me a new weapon. So I will ask one more time, Krimpet. How did you build it?
Hear an unsettling of her neck.
Hmm?
An unsettling of her neck. Just twitching, just uncontrollably.
Ranjerus kind of leans in now, kind of partially shrouded in shadow from where the light is, as he kind of leans in. I didn't quite hear that. Would you mind repeating it?
I don't know. And even if I did, I wouldn't. You.
Well, that is very unfortunate, isn't it?
Unfortunate for you too.
I would like to believe that, but if you won't tell me, I will do it myself. I will get a response from you myself. And he's gonna walk towards you in the light. He's gonna put up one of his like armored arms. He's gonna hold out the palm of it. And there is a sudden just big flash of purple light. And the dream ends. You can have your reaction and what you want to do as you go back into the VC. As you go back into the
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Whenever you're ready. Okay.
And they're back.
Change our music real quick one last time. Go back to this. Nah, that's not fitting.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a bit more fitting.
Oh no.
So, the party is gonna hear Krimpet screaming and wailing like uncontrollably, and her her echolocation is like just haywire.
While your echolocation is going haywire, that ringing sensation that your echolocation can cause, do me a favor. I want Missouri and Sickle to make con saves.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
Does Ashen have to make one too?
Ashen, I would say yes as well.
Oh fuck!
12 for Ashen
Okay, that's a
and
fail.
21 for Sickle.
That's a success.
18 for me.
That's a success. So you, Sickle, suddenly, Ashen, helping you guys make breakfast, but suddenly Ashen kind of like jumps off your shoulder, puts his head to the ground, and tries to raise his paws up to cover like near his horns where his ears would be.
Ashen! Ashen. What is, boy? What's wrong?
You okay?
Okay. Hearing that, Sickle would gently like cradle Ashen and walk over.
Yeah, and Waverly and Dixon are coming out of the room at the same time this is happening as well. The only one not awake yet is Russell. If you want to make a perception check, Russell, you can.
okay.
Did I drop down from the
Alright.
ceiling while screaming?
I mean, I would say yes, but the ceiling's not high enough to do damage.
Okay.
So
That's a.
you also found like a.
Alright, do Waverly
also
and
kinda
Dixon
hung-
feel...
Go ahead.
Do Waverly and Dixon have to make that con save?
You're
or...
you're not directly affected with the echolocation. Because
Yeah,
the
it's
echolocation,
because-
it's because the hearing octaves.
Yeah.
You guys have normal.
Oh,
you guys have
okay.
normal like human and tiefling ears, so you would not be affected by this echolocation. But usually,
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Animal-like creatures are more sensitive to it. Specifically, like cats, dogs, foxes.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
more just the shock of Krimpet suddenly screaming.
Yeah.
and
So
Waverly goes like,
Krimpet was hanging
"Ah,
up.
what the fuck?"
Like above a padded bench, and Krimpet is screaming as this echolocation is. Krimpet just falls onto this bench. You wouldn't take damage from that. Russell, what did you roll for perception?
26.
46?
26.
Oh, I was gonna say
26.
46 is
I
how,
heard 46.
how, who, and what are you? Is what I was gonna say if you rolled a 46.
Yes, I added both my d20s. Don't worry about it.
26. You absolutely can hear Krimpet panicking.
Just Oh. There you go. What's that? Huh? I'm like looking around the room, like see who's around.
Right. You would hear shuffling, like in the next room over, as everyone's kind of gathering up.
Yep.
What's going on, Krimpet?
Krimpet, come on.
But Dixon's gonna just glance over to Waverly. Dixon's like giving you the I don't know what the fuck is going on look.
I
BuutSkuut is
I
alarmed.
give him the same look and shrug.
Dixon kind of rolls his eyes.
Was-
Alright. You see him nod his head.
Would Sickle kind of recognize this as like a panic attack of sorts?
I would say so. I would
Yeah,
say so because Sickle's
think
had him
hearing
before.
that-
I would say so.
Yeah. So because of that, Sickle's gonna give Ashen to Missouri. He's like, hold on. And is gonna go up to Krimpet and just like gently but firmly grab her hands.
Her tiny little hands. Oh, or his tiny little
Yeah.
hands. His. His tiny little hands.
Krimpet? Krimpet. Breathe. Okay? When you breathe in, squeeze my hand. Here you go. You're okay. And Sickle would be doing the breathing alongside her,
Right.
like guiding her through it.
Krimpet is now moved to crying.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know.
BuutSkuut is seeing this, of course,
Right.
after
BuutSkuut
being
was,
in like
alerted.
stasis.
Yeah, alerted up. Just.
And as he had suspected from last night, he takes out that, which he will need to get a new one soon.
Yep.
He realizes, and he's like scribbling on it, like furiously. Though it's just very, very quickly, like. All right.
The typing is coming through.
He turns it around to show whoever can see it. And it reads, "Nightmare new happen warned."
Sickle nods and just keeps holding Krimpet's hands and is like, "You okay? What happened?"
He took BuutSkuut apart. He took him apart. He took him apart.
BuutSkuut would kind of like tilt their head toward Krimpet a little bit and like mechanically reach out and like put both their hands on Krimpet. Just to let Krimpet know that, hey, BuutSkuut is still here.
He took apart my best friend. He was in pieces.
I know. It was just a nightmare. He's okay. BuutSkuut is right here. Breathe.
She looks up, just very like just disoriented, like looking around frantically, and of course there's BuutSkuut there. She's just like sobbing with relief.
Mm-hmm.
Hey there.
Seems like most of us had a rough night.
Yeah. Are you gonna be okay?
I know. It was so vivid. Everything. Everything. He took him completely apart. He said he wanted to know how I built him. He said BuutSkuut had a memory bank, but it was shrouded. I don't know what that means.
Dixon's gonna insight check. That was not great.
I think I'll insight check too.
BuutSkuut sketches on the paper.
Would you insight roll?
I got a nat 1.
Oh, ouch. Okay, Dixon with a 15
Ooh.
total. Dixon kind of crosses his arms, leans against, like, the corner of the wall. Kind of glances over at BuutSkuut's pad.
He holds it up.
And Dixon kind of nods his head.
Of course.
Dixon nods his head.
Of course.
That tracks.
Fucker, mother, Ranjerus.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Gotcha.
And then he flips the page over and he writes again. Shows it. Study me want himself.
Mm-hmm.
I think
First meet.
At that point, I think Russell would like quickly open the door and just be like, "What happened? Who's dying? Whose arms are contorted? Whoa!"
Relax, Russell. No one's dying.
Krimpet just
No one's
had a nightmare.
dying, I don't think.
Krimpet just had a
but
nightmare.
Bad nightmare. Yeah.
Oh,
Apparently, Ranjerus was trying to take apart BuutSkuut.
He
Can't believe
took
things
him
out of her.
apart. He took it completely apart.
Okay.
oh, oh.
Krimpet, I'm gonna go get you some water, okay?
Okay.
Alright, I'll be right back. I was gonna go get a glass of water. For Krimpet. Seems like
I think she's gonna kneel down to Krimpet. Just like put her hand on her shoulder, just Krimpet. Just look at me. It's just a nightmare. BuutSkuut's alright. And we won't let Ranjerus ever touch you or BuutSkuut.
Was paralyzed. I didn't know what to do or say in between. He wanted me to tell him what technology I used to make him. But even if I knew, I said even if I knew, I wouldn't tell him.
Now, this might be an interesting long shot, but Waverly, you have to build your constructs, right? So certainly BuutSkuut has to have some form of creation from by Krimpet's hand, right? Unless
Right?
I need to step away for just a moment. I'll be
You're
right
good.
back.
You're good.
Okay.
Interesting. I don't know, maybe.
I mean, I'd be lying if I would say I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit fascinated by BuutSkuut's existence, I guess.
Right, but Krimpet claims that they don't know. He doesn't know how he built BuutSkuut. Certainly, Krimpet had to make some parts, right? Wouldn't work otherwise. Looks like getting a construct. And he looks over to BuutSkuut in a good way.
I guess when Hatter comes back, I want to try something. Yeah. So, Waverly kind of awkwardly scratches the back of her head. How did everyone else sleep?
Eh. The carpet wasn't as comfy as the inn, but it was decent.
I personally
given
slept just
the
fine.
load.
You actually slept on the carpet?
Yeah.
I'm honestly not even that surprised at this point.
Why would I not sleep on the carpet?
Because I feel
Hey.
like we had plenty of spaces for beds.
You know, fair point.
I had a chair in the other room.
How does
Eh.
how did it compare to that of the Skyline Inn?
The Skyliner was like the best rug I've ever slept on.
I don't think Russell would say
This-
anything, but he would kind of like awkwardly like hold one of his arms and slightly look away.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Yeah, you could.
Me too. You don't just describe that and not expect us to make an insight check.
I mean,
Okay, I'm
yeah,
back.
I mean, yeah.
Welcome
I
back.
scared the shit out of my dad. He said he heard me come downstairs, and he's like, "Jesus Christ!" And I said, "I rolled a nat 20 on my stealth check."
Damn right I did.
We love that for you. 19 insight. by the
19
way.
insight. Oh, yeah, that's more than enough.
18 inside.
Well,
I mean-
Russell, persuasion or
I don't-
deception at your choice.
I'll
I also got a
do.
19.
It would make more sense to do deception, but I have a +0, so I'm gonna do persuasion.
Wait, what? What are we doing?
Check insight checking Russell.
Russell's being shamed.
Waverly has something for Krimpet, and I also mentioned with Dixon. Don't give me that roll yet, Russell. I mentioned with Dixon, and Dixon, no, meaning no offense to BuutSkuut, said if Krimpet certainly had to have built parts of BuutSkuut, right, for BuutSkuut to function.
Right.
But Dixon was making the claim that suddenly Krimpet doesn't know how they built BuutSkuut. Dixon's a little... You get the sense Dixon doesn't get it fully. He gets part of it, but not all of it. So Waverly wants to do something with Krimpet, but go ahead and give me your deception roll, Russell, or persuasion.
It's a 19. Someone matched it, right?
Two of you matched it, so
I did.
meets beats.
Yeah.
Waverly
I'm gonna
and
see if
Sickle matched
BuutSkuut
it.
can. Let's see if BuutSkuut can insight.
Nah.
Nope.
Yeah, so
Also,
Waverly.
Sickle has given Krimpet water.
Okay, she's very thirstily drinking it,
So yeah,
just chugging it like.
Waverly, you hesitate to ask Krimpet your question, but you're going to in a second. But your attention for a moment was turned toward Russell, as you and Sickle both get the sense that Russell's not letting on everything. He did not sleep as well as he thought. And that body language certainly does not help his case.
Sickle kind of narrows their eyes at Russell. You okay, Russell?
How do I put this in a good way? Maybe? I don't know. Confused.
You
Care
want
to elaborate?
Right now isn't the best time. We should
Alright.
focus a bit more on Krimpet.
Alright.
Alright, won't pry.
Okay. Krimpet, could I just try a little some magic out on BuutSkuut? I promise it won't damage him in any way, I can assure you. I just want to see something.
She tenses for a moment, and she takes a deep breath. Can I roll insight just because it's something Krimpet would do right
Yeah.
now in this moment?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, 16.
Okay.
So she believes you.
I trust you more than I would trust Ranjerus.
Trust me, I don't think any of us are trusting him anymore after not what he pulled.
Yeah.
Yep.
BuutSkuut tilting his head like this way and that at Burley, like, huh?
You about to use what I think you're about to use?
Depends after I describe it.
Squint.
Waverly's gonna pull down her glasses and put on the goggles of mystifying magic.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was
Ooh.
happening.
I'm gonna
I forgot
and
about that.
I'm gonna cast Identify on BuutSkuut.
Oh damn.
Okay, I gotta.
Sort of takes a few minutes to channel the magic, and she'll tap her wand against BuutSkuut's forehead.
Okay, let me pull up the goggles of mystifying magic.
BuutSkuut scribbles on his notepad while this is happening.
Help.
What are you wishing? Oh, I gotta look up the identify spell.
Turns it around to Waverly. No thoughts. Head empty? Question mark.
We'll see. We'll see.
Whether your spells are affecting the item and what they are if the item is created by a spell. Okay. This is interesting. This is very interesting.
Ooh.
For all intents and purposes, BuutSkuut does have a power core that is magical. That you can get off of Identify. That essentially makes BuutSkuut a magical entity. And while BuutSkuut doesn't have any, like, charges besides a battery charge, there is a very interesting little snippet that you catch, Waverly. Ooh, I'm gonna have to ask you to make a history check on this. Go ahead
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
History. That's an 18.
18. So you are well aware, and what you have seen, that Valstera does have its own Feywild. Obviously, Krimpet claims that he is from a Feywild, but the Feywild you've read in your books, in your history check, doesn't necessarily match exactly the Feywild of Krimpet. Almost as if it's the Feywild's wild magic kind of manipulating it, or maybe it's some entirely different source of Feywild magic via another dimension, or via something else. But when you do get that look at BuutSkuut, there is a hint of Fey magic that you can pick up on. It's faint, but it's there.
Okay, is that all I pick up on?
Yeah.
You see anything, Miss Zoe? Do you
Interesting.
see anything, Waverly?
Not much more than I expected. Is there any particular spot in BuutSkuut's body that I sense that Fey magic coming from, or is it just BuutSkuut entirely?
It's more so. It's faint, but it's more so not just mentioning the power core that's keeping BuutSkuut working, but it is that Fey magic feels almost. That faint hint of it feels almost entirely through BuutSkuut, but it mainly is focused in the mind, in the head, where your mind would be.
Head. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's kind of mostly the stuff I expected to see. Oh well. And she'll put her normal glasses back on and clip her wand back. Well, this certainly has been an eventful morning, I would say.
Yeah.
There's a
You
slight
feel better,
smell of
Krimpet?
smoke coming from the kitchen.
Hold
no.
on.
We left the stove on!
You guys watch
Oh.
Missouri and Sickle both run back into the kitchen.
Oh no.
I see.
She, like,
Safe
still has
to
that.
assume they made breakfast.
Oh.
Or-
Saved it.
Maybe made breakfast. Maybe.
That would have been really bad.
Yeah, that was close.
Well, I personally am ready to eat. You, as she points to Russell, we're gonna talk about you later. She kind of narrows her eyes.
Question for you, DM.
Mm.
The stuff that BuutSkuut wrote on his notepad earlier when he came face to face with Oliver.
Let me find what that was.
There is a key word in there.
I gotta find it. Yes, I see it.
I'm wondering if he should look at that word and then flip to that page and show it to Waverly.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna say no for that. Just
Okay,
because
okay.
that's some things are better left for the players to discover.
I was going to say.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Find it out.
Nani?
Nani?
Well,
You can't just drop that on me.
Gotta find
Not
out.
expect to elaborate. I mean, come on, man.
I
No,
think that
it's-
means you
it's-
should insight check.
No, you ain't. Nah, I'm not even gonna allow that.
Insight the DM. 2.
pull him out.
You suck. You know nothing.
Boom.
Damn.
Sickle yells from the kitchen. All right, everyone, get your asses in the table. Or in the chairs and the table. You know what I mean? Go.
Soon.
Would BuutSkuut have known what Waverly was really looking for? Or even it's a mystery to him?
Ooh. I'm gonna say for this particular instance, it's a mystery to him.
Okay.
Not saying that it won't happen again in the future, kind of thing. But for this particular instance, BuutSkuut's not sure.
Gotcha. It's like, huh, that was weird.
Yeah.
Waverly kind of glances back at Dixon for a moment. Just like a, well, come on.
Oh,
You heard the two.
You're right. Dixon will hustle up after Waverly. Most likely end up sitting next to each other.
Just going here.
Boop.
As a DM, I will be right back.
Hello.
I am back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Come here.
Had to go get a drink, use the restroom real quick. Probably should have said we were taking like a quick. I probably should have said we were going to take a quick break there, but that's all right.
Meh.
Alrighty. So. Oh, I forgot. I have this amazing option just to pause my recording if I ever walk away. You know, I need to use that more. Instead of just cutting it, because it would I'll just put it right there where the beginning is. So, Missouri, Sickle, and Ashen in the kitchen. Save breakfast. Save Krimpet. And...
Sorry, I just had the thought of roll a
Yippee.
breakfast saving throw.
No, I'm not gonna make you do that. That would be too mean.
I know, but that was just really
The
funny.
faint smell of smoke started, so you were fine.
Sure about that.
Are you sure about that? No, I'm not. I'm not even sure about it. The faint smell of breakfast. Something wafts its way into the dining room as everybody makes their way around the table. Dixon finds another chair. And gives BuutSkuut a little chair. And sits back down.
Sickle serves everyone, and then gives a plate to Russell, and just has a thought for a second, and then just have a confused look on their face as it keeps serving. And that thought is, if birds lay eggs,
Of course.
then
Of course.
Chicken is different. Chicken eggs are different than kangaroo.
yes, but it's funny.
It is very funny. I never thought about that ever.
Fun fact, you can actually give like your chickens to feed them. It's actually supposed to be good for them.
That is insane, but also
Yeah, it is weird.
Yeah, but also very interesting to learn. So, you guys all sit down for breakfast, and now we'll move into some more calming music now at this point. Yeah.
Yay.
Did you guys have a great meal, a great breakfast? Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Because obviously there's a lot you guys got to discuss.
Imagine
would
we're
be-
all just feasting on pancakes, maybe some sausages. I think Missouri for herself, she's also going to prepare the egg dish in particular. Is like a cheese omelet.
Fair enough.
Krimpet's barely touching her food.
Waverly's got some of the toast and eggs whilst giving Russell the side eye.
This was just looking down at his food, like, don't look, don't look, don't look.
BuutSkuut holds up a spoonful of hash browns to Russell.
Does he write down open mouth?
He does. He does. He does.
I fucking love it.
Here comes the
Open mouth.
airplane.
Say ah.
Oh.
Here he goes.
Airplane coming now.
We. Just imagine BuutSkuut just like flourishing at the spoon like an airplane.
But it's so mechanical. Like,
So-
Yeah.
Go ahead, Belle.
So, Russell, is now a good time to talk about it?
I don't think we'll ever find another time, so I guess. What would you like to know?
Just why the fuck you being so shady?
That's a good thing to know.
Admittedly, I've never seen Russell that shady either. And I'm the rogue.
Oh, yes, there's that, but I'm also the Kenku, and we're all shady as fuck.
That's just.
I think it's just more that you're usually reserved, but you're much more reserved for today in particular.
Yeah, I believe who was the one who said someone woke up with a nightmare? Krimpet, I know, woke up with one.
She
So,
shrinks in her seat a little bit, like, yeah.
yeah, that makes two of us. It was not a good sight.
Oh boy, what happened?
Was Ranjerus in you too?
No, but definitely someone way more powerful than Ranjerus.
Oh.
I'm debating
Ooh.
how much I want to reveal.
Oh yeah, because Krimpet wouldn't know yet. That's fair. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
The what?
Feed Ranjerus
Your big bag.
No, oh, bad. Supposed to say big bad.
Oh.
Feed
bag.
Ranjerus. Yep,
I was
feed
like,
Ranjerus to
big
big
bag?
bad.
Question mark. We don't have a. Put him in the bag of holding. Get him in there.
Feed him to Bagman.
Oh my god.
Oh,
The moment you say bagman, I think of the enemy from Bloodborne that just got a bag on their back.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
BuutSkuut turns the pad of paper to Russell when he said this.
Feed Ranjerus to Big Bad. It's not a bad idea, but that could potentially power them up.
Oh.
I think at that point she would know.
Retract statement.
I don't want to think too much of this, especially because I don't want to bring down the mood even more, but I will say 3 pairs of red eyes did something to someone I care about.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Dixon looks very confused.
Good.
He doesn't know. So.
Yikes.
Would that be like a history check if any of us remember that or have seen that before, maybe?
You
Heard of it?
You grew up in the Feywild, so I'm actually gonna say no.
Okay.
It's something that only
Would,
the
would
the
Dixon have ever heard of that?
Let's find out.
Oh, that's right.
Let's
He's a
find
tiefling.
out.
He is a tiefling. Yeah, he's not a Fey. 18. Dixon actually has a little history proficiency. Even though his int is -1, so he doesn't get the full bonus of it.
This isn't one of
Oh
those
my God.
stereotypical situations where
How did I
like
do
all
that?
tieflings know other demons.
Red eyes.
No.
There's too many things in the text that are about that. In all my studies with mainly ruins and everything,
Yeah, that's
don't. I can't really recall much.
Yeah, just don't worry. It's a whole nother story and a half. I'll tell you later.
Oh, good. So you guys have even more problems than what we already have. That's good to know. Or bad to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys are in a lot. You guys are in like deep.
That we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's so good, man. We're thriving over here.
But if it's about that, then we don't have to talk about it, Russell. If it makes you too uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course.
Right. Let's talk about
With
some things that are actually really good. Like this breakfast, actually. This is fantastic.
I'm glad. It's alright, I didn't really get.
yeah, this is pretty good. A little smoky in some spots, but hey, food is food.
The burn almost makes it better.
Think of it as like an
Before you
added
ask,
layer
yes,
of
my
flavor.
dad did burn a lot of food.
That's how you know it's also home cooking.
Yep.
I agree.
That's how you know it's home cooking.
That's true.
Yeah, my dad was exactly the same.
Yeah. Papa was good at it, but Dad, I don't think knows heat or fire as well. Or at least he's used to it more. So he overcooks a lot of things.
Oh, I see.
Remember, he refers to.
I was about to say like,
He
but
refer-
isn't he a dragonborn?
He refers to.
Yes.
Yeah, he refers to the Dragonborn.
Syrax, the Dragonborn, as
He
Dad.
refers to Cormac as Papa.
Dragonborn dad,
Yes.
elf papa.
Yeah, Dragonborn Dad.
Yeah.
Elf Father.
I wish I remembered my dad.
Hmm. Well, it's not always the worst thing in the world when you can't remember your parents.
Mhm.
On the bright side of things.
So don't let it bog you down. I mean, you've still got plenty made out for you even without them.
Yeah,
You can kind of
and you can
walk
your own
your,
family.
you can walk your own path at that point too. You don't have to follow in any of your parents' footsteps. You can just be you. Do what you want to do.
No, not what I mean. I mean, I wish I knew them. He and my mom died when I was little, and I don't know what happened to them.
I see.
Mr. Warris says that, they got snatched by Arakakwa. But I don't know that that's really true. And the only other person back home that might know another Nick Devore like me, Risk. And Mr. Warris is here. She helped take care of me when I was little. You see, Arakakwa
Like, awkwardly looks up.
Arakakwa, they're not exactly all good. And they like to kill and eat me.
Oh. Well, while you're with us for we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got your back, and Sickle ruffles Krimpet's hair.
She tries to smile. Like, she tries to offer them a smile. Slowly started eating her food, even if it has gone cold now.
No. So, I guess that begs the question: what is going to happen?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Isn't that why we all...
Situation is certainly looking dire right now.
You think? I learned yesterday not about one war, but two. And then the whole airship thing was a whole nother situation.
Sickle, do you want to maybe ask Zyfel about how the situation at the Ruins of Pandemonium are going?
Hasn't been that long since you got the message of the
yeah.
battle breaking out.
It
Out
hasn't been
of
that long,
character, it hasn't
but-
been long at all. It's been like maybe 8.
Yeah.
It's been maybe like 12 hours max.
I could contact her really quick to see how the battle's going.
Might also be a good idea to ask her
Yeah,
about
or if
what
it's
to do next.
even
Put it this
She
way,
did
we were.
say if we ever need.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say she did say if we needed to go back to BuutSkuut, we are able to go back, no problem.
Yeah. Thing is, we were sent again to try to stop them from stealing the ship, and unfortunately, they end up succeeding that. For the looks of
Yeah,
it,
that is
that's all-
unfortunate.
And for the looks of it, I think that's were all she sent.
Yeah. Honestly, to me, that still sounds like. Well, it still sounds like we got some business to clean up around here. Or at least. Over there. She'll roughly gesture to the area where the spires are located from where they're sitting.
Yep. And you point that out accurately because of where the housing is.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Back home.
Right. I think we'll have to get in touch with the people around us, and plan our move from here.
Yeah. And for future ease of travel, maybe see if we can find like some public teleportation circle or anything like that to come back easily. I don't know if this exists. It might not exist.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We do have that teleportation cube that we can use.
Mm-hmm.
Dixon and Krimpet probably
We
would not
only
have
have
any
two
idea.
circles on it.
No. But I can tell you out of character, Hatter, basically they have a cube that can store 5 teleportation circles on it. And they can once a day, without expending any of the cube's charges, teleport to one of those 5 circles.
Nani?
Yeah. It's a really cool item here. I'll
Yeah.
put it in game so you can see it, what it looks like.
And we
This-
have
this
two
is what it
circles
looks like.
located, recorded already.
Oh, wow.
So it stores 5 circles and he's got to hold it on the ground. And it can create a circle. But if he holds it on a current circle on an empty side, it copies that circle so they can teleport to it whenever.
Yes.
And they get 1 free teleport basically a day with it, which is cool. Currently, you have...
That's insane.
Yeah, currently you have circles in Klonsky and the Stott.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Where do they even have teleportation circle here? I don't know anything about this wooshy wooshy magic stuff. Despite having wizard.
Well, depends on if it's a public circle or a private one. 'Cause if it's public, it'd probably be somewhere that a lot of people can come to and from. Maybe somewhere in the steelworks, but if it's private, then who knows where it might be.
Not to mention the way this place is
Yeah.
arranged out. Would they even need the teleportation circle? I mean, this place has a
mean-
bunch of tech.
Yeah,
I feel like you wouldn't just want people walking
Yeah.
out with
they
it.
might have. They might have one for like importing materials and stuff. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
what I was thinking.
That would be pretty convenient.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to ask Stark, you know.
That's not a bad
Yeah.
idea.
So why don't we go visit Stark and see if he knows where teleport circle might be?
Yeah. While we're at that, we could probably take this time to
Yeah.
discuss what we should do next from here.
Mm-hmm.
I have no objections with
Yeah.
that.
Sounds like a plan.
Right? Sounds like a plan then.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright.
So, you guys finish up your breakfast, gather up into the embassy, outside your embassy house. That is not, I need world map, thank you. And Ghent overhead, thank you.
Good riddance.
Whoop. You guys are over here. And as, oh, I see a tiny Missouri. She's gone.
Yep.
Bam.
Yo,
that's
Majora.
the thing.
As you guys kind of exit the home and exit the place, Dixon kind of locks the door with the key, but Dixon kind of looks at the mountains over the wall behind where the home is, and he kind of just looks at the house. Just kind of nods. And he turns around and meets back with everybody. So you guys want to go try and find Stark?
Yep.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
How early in the morning is it?
I will say this. With the attack, also there are guards still guarding the embassy. With the attack, in terms of time-wise, it's, we'll say about 10 in the morning, 10-ish. You guys had a long talk in the morning, trying to recuperate everybody and relax. But ever since the attack, it does feel like the vibe of this working technological city that essentially is just never stops working. The vibe of it is that there needs to be some time to stop and relax.
Damn right.
And a lot of places are shut down. Maybe things are not working. So maybe the steelworks isn't operational right now after whatever happened. So there are other options. I believe Stark, however, did tell you that he has a home relatively close to the eastern side of Ghent, within
Yeah.
within the trauma ward.
Okay. So
Do I have that map?
So, I mean,
Is the
my
question.
first thought was to check out his house first.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Do I have the map?
I want to guess. Probably this building? Mayhaps?
Not quite. You're close.
Not quite. Okay.
But he did give you like the location. He says you. Well, we can put it there. I can put it there if you really want. I can put it there for fun.
Yeah.
There, we'll put it there for fun. It's more. It's not quite where I had it, but it's not. That's more of like a ranch house, but it was like more down here. So I'll reveal it. I don't have the map for it, so you can give me a moment. I have it. I have it in my maps, but I don't have it as a scene, so I need to fix that real quick.
Okay. Also, super quick question.
Yep.
The thing sickle started yesterday or last night. That's done now, right?
Yes, that would be done.
Beautiful.
Did I really not? Oh, this is. Oh, you're right, because I never made it a scene because it never was done. I never had to make it a scene yet.
Oh.
So yes, your thing is done from yesterday because I remember you rolled really good on that.
Yeah, I rolled a 23.
So this is the second floor. This is the entrance to the first floor.
What a quaint little house.
It's a quaint. Yeah, it's not. Stark's not over the top as much as you think he is with how much money he probably has, and how much money he gave all of you.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
What else?
You guys place yourselves at the entrance to the place. How are you two?
Let me do this.
Hata.
I'm here. I'm trying to get my thing to.
Get your thingy. Hata, yes. Emerge, Hata.
I summon you from the depths.
I summon you via premature burial.
So does this mean you guys are a believer in Hat?
Yes.
Welcome to the Church of Hat.
The Church of Hat. Oh my
I'll
god.
be here all week.
What is
Glad to be
the
here.
Church of V?
The ch-
What do we call that in Merlin's campaign? What do we call that? What was it?
The Church of the Goodberry?
Church of the Goodberry. Yeah, there it is.
Church of the Good. Yeah, it's the Church of the
Church
Goodberry,
of the Goodberry. May I
aka
offer
the
you
Church
a
of
Goodberry?
Religious Tax Evasion.
I nearly just spit take my iced tea.
Religious tax evasion.
The Church of the Goodberry and tax evasion.
May I offer you a good berry in this trying time?
Goodberry in these trying times.
That was really good,
That was super
actually,
funny.
Battleac.
May I offer you a Goodberry in
Thank
these
you.
trying times?
You mean to tell me you come to me on the day that I offer you a good berry to ask of me a favor?
Alright,
I love our
Gonna
Sunday
walk
campaign
up.
so much.
approach Lenore.
Casually approach.
Also gotta drop,
Casually
also
approach
gotta
child.
drop down Dixon at some point.
Krimpet lingers behind.
Just gonna ding 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 on the door.
Initially, there is no response. Do you knock again?
Yeah.
Okay, you knock again. There you go. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I'm coming. Chill. Relax.
Oh.
Please. Stepping probably out of his office as he opens the door. You see Stark, and you can see that his office door back here is open. As he opens the door. Oh, you made your way here.
Hi.
Yeah. Hey, so
I-
sorry to disturb ya.
Did tell you where to find me, so it's not necessarily disturbing me. Please come in. Come in. I'm sure you wanted to talk about something. Make yourselves at home, and please don't mind the, well, he motions over to the, corner of the room. And it's funny. Waverly and Sickle, there is on a chair in this area, there is a girl sitting down, eyes closed, long twin tail yellow hair, some aviator goggles, almost like a singular piece jumpsuit of a brown color, and gives you a very interesting vibe for specifically Waverly and Sickle. I'm just gonna put the token down.
It is her. Is that your daughter over there?
Yes, you could say yes, but not now. She's elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I guess I shouldn't cry about that.
Oh, it's not a big deal at all. I never really hide it. You can see there's a variety of. Hold on. Oh, I felt it coming. You can see a variety of.
Bless you.
Thank you. You can see a variety of parts and tools and gadgets and gears and steam valves. Like there's a bunch of tools like in this area here. I was doing work on trying to figure out what was wrong with the memory core. So far, nothing.
Okay.
I'll keep at it.
It's interesting.
Krimpet, to you as this figure is motioned toward. The figure that's sitting down on the chair appears human. But where the head and neck meet around like the midway point of the quad here. I'm sorry, not the midway point of the quad. Midway point of your shin there, and just above or right where the elbow would be, there are like unique lines that are just kind of like circled on. This is a construct in a way. But not quite. More of a... Well, similar to how BuutSkuut could behave, you could infer. This is a what you would call a homunculus.
Oh.
Hybrid human machine.
A homunculus that is a hybrid human machine.
Correct.
Oh. Interesting. Would Krimpet would know this?
I would say yes, because it's similar to how BuutSkuut behaves. Or, like, would appear, potentially. just based on what you've seen with BuutSkuut and how you look, just getting a glance at this figure sitting on the chair, I would say yes.
Would BuutSkuut recognize it as being of similar
make? I would say yes.
similar? Okay.
I would say yeah.
BuutSkuut's gonna approach.
Yep.
Huh.
It's fine, young one. Your construct and approach. She won't bite, I promise.
No, I'm sorry.
He looks visibly troubled.
I just need to stick near him.
All right. No problem.
And BuutSkuut will stop.
Getting a closer look, does not appear to be activated. All the parts are in place. You can see that there's a little, like, strap, kind of like, not a strap, but there's a little latch in, like, the center of the chest that kind of opens outward, 2 different directions. You can see there's some parts inside that they seem in pretty good condition. Some other smaller parts have been removed. And you can see, like, on the back of the head, from this, there's another, like, little latch, kind of almost, like, hidden underneath the hair that's kind of been, like, moved to the side a little bit, where the memory core would normally be.
Oh.
What, are you all just going to stand there, or are you going to sit down?
Yeah.
That is indeed something we can do.
Come on, BuutSkuut. Let's go sit down.
Spot on the rug.
Yeah.
Sounds about
BuutSkuut
right.
seems to hesitate. Just slowly, mechanically trying to extend a hand out to shake with it.
Oh yeah, I'll see it. BuutSkuut. Stark will look over. So, you have a curious construct. Little bat.
Yeah. He's always looking at something, I guess.
Well, I can tell you that she's fine. Just that one isn't functional. She. Oh, what's the easiest way to put this? Outgrew herself. She's
Oh.
very. She learns quickly. And when I
She needed a bigger model.
essentially,
Oh.
she's working as a blacksmith. One that can function in steam and other clockworks. She wanted to head off to Klonsky, so I let her. As far as I know, she's been there a while.
Oh. So it's like she went to school.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Oh.
She's fascinated by this.
Is she your daughter?
I like to think of her as one, yes.
BuutSkuut tries to like mechanically like point his hand up, trying to like make it like me big one day, big big.
Some ambition. Well, your little... He'll look at BuutSkuut, your little bat friend there. I'll have to make you a much bigger model then. He kind of gives you a little wink, Krimpet.
Yeah, maybe one day. I gotta make sure I have all the parts. I can do it though. And to make sure his core can support it.
Well, the core is one thing, but I'm having some issues with the memory chip.
Well, I don't think there'll be any issue with his memory.
Interesting. Well, if there isn't, you'll have to show me how to do that. Because for whatever reason, there's a couple things that her current look forgets, actually. You in particular. As Stark will point to you, Sickle. You met her smaller form years ago.
Yeah. I remember.
But now, I don't even know if she would remember your name. I think something went wrong with the memory core, something corrupted, but I don't know. It's something I've been working on with her older model to see if I can make an adjustment. And I guess go visit it or fix it. That's the best way I could put it.
Right.
But that's enough about little Becky and our tech talk. You're probably here for something a bit more important. What do you need?
Yeah, so we were wondering if you knew anywhere in the city that had like a public teleportation circle almost.
As much as I would like to say yes. One hasn't been built here yet. Not a building for it, not anyone that I know of here in the city that could have one. We never thought we needed it. A lot of us, the city never thought they needed it with the airships. Fast trade, easy travel. We never really needed one. We could get where we needed to quickly. And they could return just as fast.
Gotcha.
Will make a lot of sense.
Yeah. We also wanted to briefly talk about, like, maybe just get your opinion on what our next plan should be.
Well, Oliver was taken to prison. He's at the Mountain Watch Fort. You would have to talk to the people over in the fort for that. I have to, unfortunately, in the next few weeks, tend to the damage, do some repair work. It's going to be a lot longer without Calvin. I can tell you that. But until then, the industrial district is relatively shut down. That attack did a number on weapons facilities. They might have gotten away with some confidential information from Synergy Hall, as well as the, well, you know, the Clearmist.
Yeah.
But I can't really help, I think, as much as you want me to, unfortunately. If you needed to get some,
Right, that's
maybe.
perfectly understandable.
Yeah, it's not a problem at all.
With the war on the doorstep, your best bet would be Mountain March. They could tell you a lot, especially if you're working directly for the Empress, like you told me.
Mhm.
What are you going to do, if you don't mind me asking?
You know, that's partly why we were asking you for your opinion, since we're not 100% sure what we're gonna do next, but we had an idea to maybe potentially go into Arabethia, try and get the Clearmist back.
How do
Because
you...
we were originally sent to try to stop Hismar's forces from stealing technology from Ghent, and at least seemed like they were successful in doing that, distracting us with the Hismar's forces, and letting the embassy get away with the Clearmist. And from the looks of it, that seems we're all that she's going to be sending. She has her hands tied up with other places. Have to fight the war on 3 fronts.
That does sound like a conundrum.
Yep.
And with the war on our doorstep now, I'm sure the forces here aren't going to be moving.
I think Waverly's gonna briefly, turn back to Dixon and just, whisper to him, it wasn't, the border wasn't so bad to get across when you first came over, right? Or did you even get through from the border?
You remember I was with that crazy bitch, right? We came from the south.
That's right.
We came from the sea. So I don't
That's
know how the border situation
right.
is. Sorry. Just don't know how the border situation is, Waverly.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just curious.
How do you intend to cross? Because the way it sounds is that you're set on crossing that way.
Krimpet's just idly tinkering with
Nah.
BuutSkuut, trying to distract herself from the remnants of her nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
And BuutSkuut's just sitting there, plopped down, staring straight ahead at Stark while she works. He seems really hyper-focused on this man, as if he wants something, but he's not how to express it, even in writing.
Okay.
Now, there's a few different ways we could get across. We could always just try to go through the tunnel, which probably won't work. Probably all barricaded and stuff. We could also try to go through the mountains themselves, but that's A,
What tunnel?
dangerous, and
First off,
B,
what
probably take a lot of time.
What tunnel?
Sorry, like the main way to get from Empire to Armenthia through the spires.
Okay, so through the mountains.
Through the mountains. Sorry,
And you are correct. That would be very dangerous.
I don't remember if it was a tunnel or if there was a path.
I've never mentioned a tunnel nor path. You have no idea.
I
It
don't
would
know
most
why
likely be
I don't know
through- it
why
would-
I thought it was a tunnel.
It would
Okay,
most likely be
never
through the
mind.
mountains. Somehow.
through the mountains. Okay,
Which you would be correct in assuming that's dangerous.
so
because
through
it
the
is.
mountains. That is dangerous, yes. Although there is another option in that we could sail around the spires
You would have to go all the way back to a
to
port town for
maybe
that.
get in from the north or south.
You would have to go pretty far north, pretty far back south to do that. You'd have to go to Lochran and get a boat there. By the time you get back there,
Yeah, and
and then travel all the way back in, where are you going to land? The city of Aten? I wouldn't bother with that.
probably. I don't
Dixon's
know.
Dixon's gonna nudge you. That place is full of pirates. Aramanthian pirates.
Yeah, I'm aware.
It's not a good place, Waverly.
Well, honestly, we don't really have that many options right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Traveling through land and sea would be a bit too dangerous for the sounds of it.
I mean,
What if we were to travel through the air?
that's possible.
We still have, remember that we still have that airship? Maybe it's not a combat one, but still try to, maybe we could try to get it fixed up so that way we can actually travel over the mountains instead and to Aramanthia this way.
We could, although the chances of us getting shot down are pretty high.
That depends.
Yeah.
That depends on whether they have the Clearmist patrolling them or if they have any artillery to deal with an attack over the mountains. I don't know what Aramanthia has in recent time. And I highly doubt they'd just leave the Clearmist so close to the border. Especially after they went through such a big effort to get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a try.
The issue is, we'll need to have a team of engineers to actually try to build a ship up, I imagine. And Chloe's out of town.
Last time you guys were in that airhouse, that airship was done. With the exception of a few things. Because you guys, when you first met Chloe, saw her putting on the cap for the engines.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Krimpet, I assume already knows a bit about putting that stuff together, right?
Yeah, I mean, she worked on the ships, some of the technology regarding just putting stuff together for it. But Chloe didn't share too much about the super art stuff because, for obvious reasons, I imagine she didn't want Ranjerus and his goons to find out what it was she was working on.
Right. Well, I'm sure. I mean, if there's any stuff that still needs to be done to the airship, me and Krimpet could take a crack at it. Try and get it
Huh?
running.
Huh?
Krimpet looks up.
Oh, yeah. Chloe's the unfinished ship. Yeah, I could help with that.
So you don't know it's finished, Krimpet. You wouldn't know it's finished.
No, she doesn't.
But it
No,
is.
I wouldn't.
Well,
no, she.
no.
I still think it's unfinished. Right.
No, that's incorrect because you would have walked into the warehouse when you met them and you would have seen it.
Oh, that's right. I did.
And I believe I also mentioned it looked completed as well.
You did. Okay,
Oh,
yep.
so-
Looking back on my notes. Yep. That's
So
right.
it is done?
It is done.
A couple minor tweaks most likely,
Oh,
but
okay.
other than that airship's done.
Okay, yeah. So, that's our plan, gang?
Seems like
sure.
seems like air travel will be the fastest method to getting to Araminthia if we're set on going there.
Yep.
So yeah, and if Waverly and Krimpet can possibly make the final tweaks that we need for the ship, I think we can make this work.
I can assist with that as well, if need be. I'm not Chloe, but if it's just a couple tweaks, shouldn't be that bad. And I know about the engines anyway. Actually, Stark, can I actually borrow you for something else? And that would be, I don't want to talk about it here. It's nothing bad though, I promise.
Is this Dixon talking?
That was Dixon, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Just give him kind of a quizzical look.
Okay. I'll see what I can do there. So if this is the plan, I can take you to, as he looks at Waverly and Krimpet, can take you to the warehouse. Obviously it's going to be pretty heavily guarded. Still, after the attack, Mr.
Right.
Dixon, sir. Right. Dixon, you wanted to ask me for something on the side. I can handle that. Yeah, I can handle that. One of the rest of you. Well, I suppose it's not my business. You probably need some time to prepare, right?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how soon we can get the ship done. Though I am curious about Mr. Oliver, since we took him in, so maybe paying him a visit isn't too big of a deal.
Yeah, we could stop by the fort on our way.
That would be most appreciated. See what you can do. See what you can come up with, I suppose. I will, I guess get working on that stuff.
Alright then. So we're going in an airship. God, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Out?
Believe in you two. Maybe you can do this.
Oh, I know I can. It's just didn't think I'd be going back home so soon.
Home?
Yeah. Yeah, me and Dixon, we're from Aramanthia.
Oh.
Although, admittedly, Waverly looks more like a half Aramine, half Imprint now, with the new get-up.
Yeah. I guess so.
Oh, yeah, we're both from Aramanthia. Sorry, we probably should have told you that.
Oh, no, it's just, there's not a problem. I just didn't know. Well, there's a lot of things I don't.
To be fair, we've only met for a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've known Waverly for quite a while, so I mean, it's a whole. She could tell you a lot of stories.
Alright,
So, what do you guys want me to know?
I guess probably stop by the fort and then go to the airship warehouse to make some final adjustments.
See what we possibly need.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe also at some point before we like fully head out, like do some shopping to get any supplies we might need for the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good.
We got a hefty paycheck, so
See, gotta make the most out of it.
Rolling in dough, as they say.
Alright.
I think they call it dough.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly,
Isn't like money supposed to be like the dirtiest thing because it passes through people's hands so much?
I mean, honestly, that adage is so old, I don't even know where it came from.
That is certainly a million gold piece question there.
Oh, with a...
I'm never gonna put money in my mouth again.
Not that
Dixon's
you
gonna look
should.
over to you,
Anyways.
Sickle. Dixon's gonna look over to you, Sickle. You can't be serious.
What? I'm sorry, it's shiny.
Do you bite it
What?
to
You-
try to bend it? And
Dixon's
verify
gonna
it's
look
real?
over to Waverly. You have to deal with that every day.
I'll
Admittedly,
have you know, sir, I am a delight.
A delightful little gremlin you are.
Sickle
Yeah.
wearing a sweater that says "I'm a luxury" on the front, on the back, few can afford.
I
I have
to draw
Sickle wearing that.
it grows on you after time. It grows on you.
That's sickle for ya.
All right. So do you guys want to head out?
Yeah.
All right.
Looks like it.
And
Yep.
also, Battleac very much feels that sentiment about the coins.
I feel that. I absolutely feel that.
If not
I-
chewable, why in a chewable shape?
Why in a
That's
chewable
such
shape?
a sickle statement, bro.
Oh my god.
I have swallowed a quarter before in my past.
Oh my god.
Hey, you would be
No.
bold. I didn't actually.
No.
We've got
I
Battleac
didn't
lore.
I didn't swallow a quarter, but I swallowed like half of like a toy cake. Like it was one of those
Oh,
Barbie
God.
playset cakes.
You guys are ridiculous.
Oh my god.
What?
Just don't even worry about it. We're fine.
Let us experiment in our youth, damn it.
Yeah.
Stiletto, we're the same generation, bro. What do you mean?
Aren't all of
Don't
us
worry
from the
about
same
it.
generation?
No. I'm you guys are probably most of you are millennial. I'm 95.
No, Gen Z.
I'm 95, so I'm before Gen Z.
Is Gen Z before?
No,
I thought
97.
95 was Gen Z.
97 Gen Z, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, Grandpa.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
old.
Grandpa.
I'm old. I'm old. Hatter's old. Stiletto's old. Rub it in. It's fine.
Well, I ain't that old, so.
I joke. I joke.
Hey, Solano, you're
I
not that much older than I am.
admittedly, I still got plenty of years left on me.
Oh,
Um,
for sure.
So, we're heading to. Where do you guys want to go first?
Oh, we gotta pay
The
old Oliver
fort.
a visit.
All right, Mount
Fort.
Watch.
Yeah. That bitch I never met.
Yeah, we're gonna use this one. I don't know how big this map is. Bear with me. I haven't used this map yet. Oh, it's kind of big.
it is a size.
It is a size.
Oh god.
That is a size. That's,
Still loading.
Oh, that is.
Oy
that's
vey.
a size. That's a little big. I think I have a second
little.
one saved. Hang on.
Anyways.
I do, but it's the sideways version. Can I drag it in? Actually, I'm curious.
Sure.
Blah, 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 blah. Nope. Town and City, Ghent, and this one. Let's see. I don't know how big this is gonna be. Bear with me. Oh, it's better.
Oh yeah.
But
Much
it's
better.
like,
To rotate it.
yeah, it's what I'm working on right now.
Rotate.
Rotatosphere. Oh, shite. Oh, it's not even lined up perfectly. Oh, that's awkward. What? That's so dumb. Who designed that? Who did that? That's not even like lined
Just
up.
zoom it in more.
No, I can't because it won't line up with the actual the rest of the map. It's super weird. Who does? All right. You know what? Whoever designed it this way, you're fired. Let's just
Yeah, I guess we'll just stick with it for now.
straight up fired.
It doesn't have to be perfectly lined up.
But I have snapping on, so yes.
But
it does.
our immersion.
Yes, exactly. But the immersion, it's fine. We'll work with it. That's fine. We'll work with it.
I don't
I
give
kind
a
of.
shit about snapping.
I do. Yeah, it's the way it's. Because the way it's designed, I mean, I'd really have to, like, this map, I'd really, like, in general, like, if you really wanted it, I have to scale it up like this to really. So we're not going to do that. We're going to just do it this way. Which, honestly, this is, like,
Oh,
kind
it's
of,
fine.
this is kind of like the smaller one anyway. And as you guys,
Oh wow.
yeah, this is the smaller one. I'd have to really scale up the bigger one, which would be insane. Let me just grab, yeah, let me just grab some soldiers. put them. You guys can walk like into the courtyard. It's not a big deal. Go across the bridge. Just putting some.
Is the water cannon?
Yes, the water is cannon. So if you actually look at the
Right.
the map itself, for Ghent, so Mountain Watch Fort is here, and it is technically surrounded by water.
Oh, gotcha.
On certain,
Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay.
in certain aspects. I
Just
try
right
to keep the world maps, like the city maps, as consistent as possible with everything else,
Fair enough.
because obviously it's super important to do that.
Yeah.
But you guys arrive in Mountain Watch Fort. You see some guards standing out. As you guys approach, what do you want to do?
Sickle clings onto Russell as they
Oh,
cross
yeah,
the bridge.
Did Dixon come with us, or did he stick with Stark?
He went with Stark.
Okay, okay.
Are you afraid of the water again?
Water bad.
Just be glad I have a -1 in strength. Otherwise, I would try to hang you over the water.
You could certainly try to anyway.
I'm not doing that. Russell's not unhinged, but I am.
You
Bro
That's
has
fast.
adamantine armor on.
You can't see my face, but the look I just gave you, Russell. How dare you? How dare you?
Dare you?
I dare myself.
He dares himself. He says.
How fucking dare you?
Dare you?
How fucking dare you?
Stare me yourself, you coward.
You can't- Oh boy, anyways, they cross the bridge
Cool.
eventually.
They crossed the bridge.
Yeah, so we're walking in.
The guards kind of stand at attention as you approach. They give you curious looks.
Grab on Sickle. Right here. Do, 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 do.
Hello, good morning. Can we just walk in?
The guards they're standing at attention looking at you curiously right now.
Here on Stark's order, I'd like to see Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy scientist.
Yeah, got a few questions to ask him.
Well, unfortunately right now, we are doing our own investigation. We're not quite allowing anyone to enter even if they are on official orders. You have to understand we are now in a dangerous situation, and all information must be taken into account carefully.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long will your guys' investigation take?
Well, that honestly depends on how much Oliver is willing to cooperate. As it stands right now, he took an absolute beating and he is currently unconscious. Most likely from the beating that
yeah.
he took at the hands of
Yeah, that tracks.
So we're just at the moment keeping an eye on him.
Huh.
BuutSkuut looks down at his little hands like, I should have hit him harder.
I did this.
I needed to kill him.
Probably kicks a little stone.
He does. Like, just chips a stone over with his foot.
Have you had anyone try to heal him?
No, it's not like that. He's alive. It's just he's. How do I put this? He took a really big beating and he's kind of old. So he
Yeah, that tracks.
Nah.
He is old.
Yeah, that
he
makes
might
sense.
need more time to rest than others.
Yeah.
Krimpet Waverly whispers,
But then we took his leg, they couldn't beat him.
Waverly just shrugs. Alright, that's
Is,
great.
sorry for disappointing you. Is there anything else we can help you with? Do you have any information on the attack, or is there anything that you need right now that is extremely important for us and you to know?
Would they have been told that by anybody at this point if the attack was coordinated like it was?
So
Or
that
are they just like completely in the dark?
that they wouldn't be sure if the attack was coordinated. However, these are official Emprian troops who were deployed, who were already present in Ghent. So this is like their whole force, basically, or those who are remaining, who are walking around the city. This is where most of the troops are held. This is their garrison, basically.
Okay.
So this is where the majority of the military might of Ghent is, which is why it took them so long to get you guys reinforcements at the initial battle. Because they had to come from Mount Watch, go all the way to the north side of the city when Mount Watch is basically on the southeastern side.
Fair.
Well, it seems.
As far as... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You go first.
I guess as far as immediate information goes, we don't super have anything else to say right now.
But I do.
Oh.
As you see walking behind the bridge, a familiar figure.
Huh?
Oh.
Oh.
A long rest does good for the soul, and so does a long walk.
Yeah.
I understand your tensions, please gods, but these folk were brave enough to jump into the attack and fight. And if you couldn't already tell, one of them is a dragon knight.
Hi.
They all kind of glance at Sickle for a minute.
They wave.
Hi.
Admittedly, that would have been nice for him to lead off with, then. Yes, Argil? Well, maybe he has other things on his mind and he's not entirely sure how to talk to God. It's a pleasure seeing you all again. And, for you in particular, young man, thank you.
Of course.
You'd be happy to know that Jade is doing quite well.
That is a relief to hear.
She's resting inside. I just wanted to let her rest while I took a walk.
Understandable.
So, what brings you here today?
We are in the midst of
So
trying to do our own investigation.
Yeah.
Regards to the attack, yes?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We had a slight feeling that the attack is not. It's like it isn't of coincidence that the Hismar troops attacked while while some of the people at the embassy made way with the Clearmist.
The guards behind you.
We
there
were
are
thinking
people
about
from-
asking one of the people from the embassy trapped in here if he knows anything else about the whole attack.
Oh, that older fellow that was brought in later in the night? or in the evening-ish. I know of him.
Yes.
There was commotional in the fort about some estranged Aramanthian with a missing leg. As far as I'm aware, no, he hasn't given us any information. So any information you have, I suppose, is good information. We knew about the embassy lockdown, but we didn't think there were people from inside the embassy that had escaped. That's a shame on our part.
So, are you like with the whole Imprene Garden stuff? Because as far as I know, we haven't seen you around this place before.
And how many times have you been here? I guess is the more adequate question. Once, twice?
Twice for me at least. We've been here like what, a week?
Well, I can assure you I absolutely belong here. As my duty-bound Dragon Knight, I serve Imprene as much as I can. Although I feel like I'm still not as good as I should be. Being a Dragon Knight, I mean.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah.
I guess insight on that serving Imprene, I guess, and yeah,
Okay.
that. It's a 17.
Do I even want to roll? No, I don't even want to roll because he's telling the truth. I will say, serving Imprene, that's the truth. He is a Dragon Knight that absolutely serves Imprene. You saw him fighting the Hismar troops. You all did. But the way he speaks of being a Dragon Knight and not being very good at it, he still looks relatively aged. So how could he not be a more confident Dragon Knight? Then you think back to the fight. He wasn't really working in sync with his dragon as much as Sickle does with Ashen. He fought more like Mazore did.
So maybe he's probably just a newer Dragon Knight?
Or he's more comfortable in his older fighting style.
Okay. Interesting.
Anybody else?
So
Oh, you guys are killing me here. Anything else?
Hmm.
going once, going twice.
No questions for him? Nothing? Damn.
Actually, go up to him. hold out a hand to shake. The mechanical click, 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 click.
Curious little thing.
Oh,
And then right on his pad. I think he's down to like the last 2 sheets of paper on it.
Yeah, probably.
He's gonna turn it to the Dragon Knight.
It's struck out. Throw hands, please.
That's great.
Now,
oh,
he's gonna, as you walk up, Krimpet, he's gonna look down at the little construct. He's gonna look back at you. Are they yours?
yeah. He's my best friend. This is Boots.
BuutSkuut. If I recall correctly, I remember seeing that little thing on the cannon.
Seen him on the what? I'm sorry.
On the cannon.
Yeah. Yeah. We're on there. I was instructing him to fire the cannon.
Well, then I feel like maybe you already know how to throw hands.
BuutSkuut looks down at his hands like questioning, like I do.
I can. Well, I can see you're a curious little thing. Not very often that I come across clockworks like this, constructs like this. I'm still getting, honestly, quite used to it compared to back home. This is it's a very different environment, and I've been gone from home for quite a while.
Where are you from? If you don't mind me asking.
You're gonna watch this Dragon Knight's eyes kind of dart around and look at all of you. And his eyes are gonna lock with Mizore.
Oh.
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 Tell me, are you from Shirogane by any means?
Oh.
Young fox? Yes, I'm talking to you.
Sorry, could you repeat what you said again?
You from Shirogane by chance?
Shirogane. Not necessarily. Not necessarily from. I'm not necessarily from Shirogane City. I'm actually from the place that's close to there.
Masamune Shrine.
Yeah. Kelly scratches her head.
They're still all one and the same. And these old bones know that. That's what they're calling it now, Shirogane City. Personally, I think Shirogane sounds a little bit better, but...
It's the proper Japanese.
I know. I know.
He's just old.
Oh no. He's old.
Oh, he's old.
joke.
He is in all things considered, he would be considered very close to an elderly Earth Genasi. So yes.
Okay, boomer.
Damn.
Nah.
I think your friend now knows exactly where I'm from. I'm from Shirogan, I guess.
Hmm. When I get a closer look, it does check out.
I could say the same thing about you. Although your discipline seems to be much different than mine.
Well, suppose I learned that from my father.
Huh? Seems to be the way it goes up there in Celia half the time, especially when you're training as a monk. Oh.
Oops.
But yes, it is a very strange circumstance I find myself in a lot of the time. I still get looks being an imprint Dragon Knight. Because I'm a Celian.
I would know all about that.
Honestly, I still never really understood why I became a knight, or why I was given the opportunity to become one. But I suppose when you save a lot of people's lives, fortune can smile upon you in certain aspects. When certain people are watching, I suppose that makes things better. But I'm still not where I should be as a knight, in my opinion.
I can only imagine how strange of a position it is for you. And I guess we kind of relate about how when you do good around in other places, you start to attract more attention.
Yeah, that's true.
And now suddenly we're tangled up in a war against Hismar's army.
Maybe a bit more than just stars.
See? Yeah.
I
Exactly for the
can't
time being.
get a single word you said, Pikmin, by the way.
It was just Sickle mumbling. Might be a bit more than just Hismars.
Well, I suppose I should go check on Jade, huh? It's been a very enlightening conversation. Please, if any of you need anything, let me know. I'll be here, and if I'm not here, I'll probably be here sooner or later.
Alright.
BuutSkuut salutes.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
And he'll walk past all of you, kind of pushing between Russell and Missouri politely, and he'll walk inside.
Well,
Okay. Well, I guess we can't really talk to Oliver right now, so
No, but it looks of it. Seems like yep. But it looks of it,
Yeah.
he still needs a little more rest.
yeah.
The guards now, kind of who were there listening to everything, kind of pipe up. Are you? Well, considering you're another Dragon Knight, I suppose it's wouldn't hurt to tell you. You understand we are pursuing the rest of Hismar's forces that escaped, right? The ones that ran away from the attack?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think I've seen some of you actually run off after the war.
That would make sense.
Yeah, they did. We haven't heard anything back yet, but we knew they were heading to the northeastern entrance of where the spires are, so there's a rumor going around that it's possible that they were there. That's where the attack originated from. The people who ran off are still chasing them. If we end up getting a confirmation, we're most likely going to mount a counterattack at the northeastern entrance to Aramanthia. It would be
Alright.
amazing if you could help us again.
About
Alright.
that, we are actually having a few plans about trying to go direct into Aramanthia ourselves.
And by what means did you plan to get there? Or how? You would have to left with the other troops to confirm it.
Oh, you know, just Waverly makes like a flying motion over the spires with her hand.
Be an airship.
Yeah.
But we heard all the combat ones were just a different guard pipes up. We heard all the combat airships were destroyed.
Well, all the combat ones, yeah. But not the ones that are not made for combat.
You're crazy.
Yes.
It's my middle
Oh,
name,
I know.
actually.
Is it now?
Well, if you do get the chance, then if you could somehow contact anybody here with anything, or depending on the time you leave, if you could maybe rendezvous with the troops northeast and really see what's going on. But if you're in a rush to get to Aramanthia, at least check the entrance for us.
Alright. Let's see
Keep
what
that
we
in
can
mind
do.
then.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Well, I guess we might as well get started on those little airship tweaks now.
Yeah, I think it's about time.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right.
Alrighty. So, I'm gonna just bring you guys to the airship warehouse map. This is not how it looks right now, because I have the map done, okay? Dixon is not here, but all of you guys arrive into the airship warehouse, and for the most part, it's like, for the most part, tweaks need to be made, and when you get there, Stark is there, and he's already making some tweaks, making some things work to the airship. He's checking what appear to be like almost like wing flaps more toward the front of the ship, like on this side, things that can like extend out this way to give it leverage, stabilization. As you all kind of walk in, obviously with your clearance at that point, because it's like, oh, they see you're a Dragon Knight, and we're not gonna have to go over RPing all the. I explained Stark's supposed to meet us there and blah blah blah. We're not gonna do that. They're gonna let you in. Oddly, Stark's here, but not Dixon.
Yeah.
¿Dónde estás, Dixon?
¿Dónde estás?
¿Dónde estás?
Ugh. Okay. This seems
Hey,
Oh, you got here a lot faster than I expected.
yeah, so, Oliver is still unconscious.
Ah,
You beat the fuck out of him.
good. He probably does it.
Fair enough.
I just come speeding down my street.
You.
He probably
Oh.
does it. Admittedly, he definitely deserved it. I already just started doing some tweaks on the ship. Unfortunately, your compatriot isn't back yet. He said he had to go pick something up.
Huh?
Okay. Did he specify?
No, he didn't.
Okay. Alright. I guess Waverly's gonna do, like, just from where she's standing, just a quick scan of the ship and, like, what else needs to be done for it.
Honestly, it looks to be, it's gotta be moved out of here, so you gotta get it on tracks and move it out to where it needs to be, where it needs to go. And then, the other thing you need to do is you need to obviously check it to see if there's any like extra damage, or you need to make sure all the systems on the airship actually work. So a lot of like first flight checks, essentially.
Got it. Okay.
The good news is a lot of this is already done. Chloe and her team worked really hard on this. It's got the new technology, the engines available to it. So she should go as fast as any normal warship. Which is good for you, but it's also really good for our eventual plan to spread technology throughout Belstera. So I guess we could consider this airship the first of many. And we're going to be sending it into Aramanthia. Bring it
Oh
back.
boy. Alright.
It's only just a couple checks you need to make. Left on it, we need to get it out of here. And then it needs a name.
A name.
All good ships have one.
Okay. I guess we'll start thinking of some names while we get these tests running.
Okay. How would you like to give this airship tests?
I guess just start going over the basic,
What would you like to go over first?
like safety tests, like
What would you like to go over first?
oh
Because
gosh,
this is a skill challenge.
Ooh.
this sure is a skill challenge. All right.
Do we want to make sure that the engines Are all good? Stark already do that.
Stark already handled the engines. Chloe
Okay,
already
okay,
handled
so
them,
we don't
because
have to worry about that.
They know about the technology. It's making sure it can fly well. It's making sure, well, various things of what you want to do to make sure this airship can fly. This particular airship seems to have, based on the way it's constructed and the way you can look at it, when the engines are moving, the two wheels, these massive wheels at the back, will spin and create a current that will allow it to move forward in the air while the engines hit it. So they will constantly be spinning and moving forward, which is really cool. And obviously, the faster the engines go, the faster those wheels spin, the faster the ship moves forward. Not a problem.
Right.
It's got what Stark's checking. It's got some like stabilization flaps, and then it's got some chain, kind of like in these area where these walkways are. That needs to be secured to make sure the engine is not going to like jostle or move, like no bolts are loose, stuff like that. Back here is the control panel for the ship itself.
I guess Waverly is going to start by just going around the hull and making sure there's nothing damaged, nothing that needs repairs, and then she'll move on to like the upper deck and all the rest of it.
So you're looking for so you're specifically, Waverly, you're looking for no damage and no repairs.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Can it be investigation?
No.
Oh.
Why not?
Can I aid her?
It doesn't make it difficult for you.
Now,
I was about to say, I thought that was going to be I thought that'd be an investigation.
Yeah, maybe
if
because
you're
there might be
making
like a faulty installation.
if you're actively looking for things that need to be repaired, that is less investigation and more perception, because you would catch possible things externally that need to be repaired easier with perception than you would with a deep dive investigation.
Right.
Because you said you're looking specifically on the top deck and the externals.
Okay, that's a 15.
15 is a success, so that's 1. So as you move over and you start looking through the top deck, I'm gonna play some Hollow Knight music because hell yeah. As you go over and you're looking over the top deck, Waverly, you're looking over the external parts of the ship. You're looking over the top deck. Everything seems to be in place. All the metal is bolted down. There's no there's no extremely visible tears, and there's no visible major damage that you can see. Everything seems to be bolted down properly. On the externals, it seems like the hull is in great shape. The hull itself is a combination of metal and wood, I should say. These back wheels, while they look wood, are actually like some sort of alloy that you can tell. Those seem to be in perfect shape. The wheels seem to be the little water wheels in the back seem to be in perfect condition. No damage to the flaps on them. No damage to assist speed. So that's a good check.
Okay.
What else would you guys like to check?
I'll have Krimpet check the control panel.
Check the control panel. Okay.
Yep.
We'll say for the posterity's sake, Stark will kind of walk over and he'll pull up, he'll grab the manuals and stuff, and he'll show Krimpet the blueprints of what Chloe was working on, specifically with the control panel, where things are wired, where things are connected. What specifically are you wanting to do with that control panel?
I have Krimpet use her echolocation to detect any anomalies, just in case that something in that shouldn't be there, that could sabotage the controls potentially.
Anomalies in what way specifically?
Like a loose wire or a frayed wire, or a chipped gear, or a misplaced a incorrectly placed gear.
So you're doing more of a deep dive?
I'm doing more of a deep dive. Yep.
Okay, that will be an investigation check.
Okay. Please, I have a +7. 13.
13? 13
Okay,
is just
yes.
what you needed. 13 is just what you needed specifically to check on the control panel. The hull was a bit harder because it's a bigger ship. 13,
Mhm.
the more specifics of it, the more itty-bitty your echolocation, and you kind of study the blueprints, Krimpet. You look at everything that needs to be checked. You
Mhm.
need everything that needs to be... you kind of get in further with your little tinker's tools, and you look around, even without your echolocation. You look around, and you make sure everything is connected, and for the most part, yes, everything does seem to be connected. The ship will be able to be easily controlled, and shouldn't have any issues there. That's 2 successes. You guys still need a couple more.
Cool. Oh.
Wait. Maybe we should check the wheels on the outside.
Balak's on mute.
Battle?
Yeah,
Oh.
we. Sorry. Yeah, we could do that.
You take right, I'll take left.
Okay, as you guys
Okay.
are looking at the wheels, what are we looking for? Because here's the thing. Here's the way this works. With these skill challenges, every single type of check is different. But if you do a repeat check, it's going to be a harder DC.
Mm-hmm.
So you've already used perception and investigation. Also, for the rest of you, you guys can contribute to this as well, if you wish.
I've been trying to think about what Sickle would do.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it as well.
Maybe check out if the tracks are all working okay.
Oh yeah.
The tracks to get the airship out, to like take a look at that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to look at the tracks to make sure they're okay, is there anything in particular you want to look for? That's not investigation or not perception, because right now you're looking at a perception check / investigation check, which would be a higher DC. You can do more generic things as well that just uses your modifier too. You gotta think outside the box with these skill challenges a little bit sometimes.
Actually, I did have an idea. And it's like, because these are like bolted in so that they don't jostle around while the ship is in motion, right?
Correct. The chains are there for a reason.
Yeah, my thought was, like making a strength check or something to try to see if it is as strongly in place as it is.
You can do that.
Or if it is tight.
You can do that.
Yeah, sickle, gremlin climb.
Checking all the chains. They're kind of like on the top and bottom of the engine, so you gotta kind of go under the airship. You gotta go on top of the airship, but you're a cat, not a big deal for climbing speed. Go ahead and make me a strength check.
Yes.
So it's not athletics. It's a check, so you're just adding your strength modifier.
Not great, but I think it'll be okay. 14.
14. Okay. So with the 14, Sickle starts going around, and you guys notice Waverly and Krimpet as Sickle starts kind of pulling on a couple of these chains. And as Sickle pulls on one of the chains, Sickle, you do feel that this chain in particular, that one chain, that first chain you pull on, is extremely loose. If that thing were to come loose, and if it wasn't fully stabilized, the whole engine could come falling off the ship.
Oh damn.
Yeah, sickle tugs on it and is like, "Whoa, loose one, loose chain. I don't think it's supposed to be loose."
Oh. Well, that's one problem.
If the
What are you calling that?
Might have to get a welding torch for that, I think.
I have a living welding torch, and I can also be a welding torch.
Here, I can help with that.
So, we'll do, for this next check, we will do this is going to be a check with your Tinker's Tools, Waverly. And because...
Oh, I was gonna use mending.
Oh! That...
Make it an Arcana check.
Let me look at mending real quick. Because I think
Or just a spell check.
I thought that only worked for like clothes mending specifically.
Yeah, so the way mending works, as long as the breaker tear is no longer than 1
Constructs.
foot in any dimension. This is a bit
Oh.
bigger than that.
Okay, that's fine.
This is a bit bigger
Like
than that.
a sleight of hand check.
So this would be your Tinker's Tools plus your proficiency. Plus your dex, technically. So it's whatever, it's the tools, so it's the Tinker's Tools, plus your proficiency, because you're proficient in it. So I believe it's basically just a dex check. Or whatever it's proficient with. If I recall correctly.
Yeah.
But you get your bonus added to this because you're
Okay.
proficient with the tool.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a 19.
19. Yeah, it takes a bit, but as you guys are doing the checks, and Sicklepole finds that loose chain, with a combination of Ashen's superheat, being a living welding torch, and maybe Sickle trying to mimic him while Ashen focuses on work, a little bit. You do manage to get the chain.
Dragon's breath.
You do manage to get the chain all fixed, ready to go, and it is welded up. That is 4 successful checks. You need 1 more.
Does this ship have like a landing brake, you know, like an airplane has?
Yes.
Could Krimpet take a look at that to make sure that's operating?
Okay, in what way?
That it's not loose,
Okay, I want to make sure.
so that if it comes off, like, or is loose enough to come off, when they land, it won't do damage. The ship damaged by like a hard landing
So
Or,
like
like-
checking
or
a
a hard
landing
like
gear.
scraping it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say this is another investigation check.
That's fine.
So the DC is gonna be a little bit higher. That's okay.
Okay. Please. 25.
25 is way more than enough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, landing brake. You check it over. It is perfectly functional. It is
Okay.
everything you need it to be. And with that, the ship checks are done. The skill challenge, the miniature skill challenge, very tiny one for this session, but it is complete.
Yay! Yippee!
And for the most part, the airship seems in working order. And Stark kind of gives it one last look over. Well, I think that should be everything we need, at least according to the blueprints of what Chloe had on hand. this works. Last thing we need to do is just get it out and put in one of the docks.
Cool. Great.
I'm just gonna go to this map so you guys can see the airship. We'll be coming back to this.
Hi.
We'll be coming back to this map because you guys will need a crew. But you guys eventually
Oh.
push it out. You get it where it needs to go, follow the tracks, and don't mind how thin the road is compared to what you're actually looking at. If you want to place your guys' tokens like around here, that would be great. Alright, there is everybody. Stark will technically be there with you. Your airship.
Whoa!
Oh, hi.
There's a mighty fine airship. If
That there's a fine airship I ever seen one.
Yep, that's the statement I
Oh,
was
that
looking for.
ding dang dare ding ding ding.
I built that map in like I built that ship in like 3 hours.
Damn.
Basically using the other map as a base for the ship and then modifying what I wanted to make it modify to make it look cool.
It ain't much,
It looks
but
very
it's
good.
honest work.
Yeah, it is. But you guys get the airship raised up, ready to go. Now all you need is someone to fly it. Get you where you need to go. One of you might be able to, as he looks at Krimpet and Waverly.
Oh?
But you might still need a couple more hands just to keep everything running smoothly. That I can at least help you with.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think that'll have to wait until tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Right.
I
We
have
still
to.
need to
Yeah.
prepare feelings ourselves.
That's
Yep.
fair enough, because you guys need to prepare. Long journey ahead. I understand.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess. I mean, I've really only dealt with, waterfaring ships, but I'm sure an airship is not too different, right?
Not entirely, with the exception of having to think in another axis. But that's really about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I could figure it out.
I can help.
Ideally. that
Yeah,
would be-
well, yeah, I think we'll be fine piloting wise.
The only
As
thing,
for all the other stuff, well,
admittedly, the one thing you have to keep in mind is that she doesn't have any weapons on her. So, you're going to have to be rather careful. install a weapon on her, but it would take some time.
Like a couple days.
It would take. It's just me working on it. Yeah, it would take maybe a day or two.
Hmm.
She'll still go just as fast as anything else, and you seem capable enough to defend the ship, I suppose. So maybe you won't need a weapon system on it.
We are the weapon.
I was gonna say.
I have 2 bows on me.
Well,
Us, we are the danger.
Yeah.
I have access.
well, you know. Hmm. So those guards did ask us to maybe help out dealing with the camp that army came from. Potentially.
Oh,
They did ask for help with that.
What camp? From the attack on the city?
his ma camp.
Yeah. They mentioned us asking. They mentioned having some help launching a counterattack or something.
Interesting. Look, I'm no tactician, but why bother doing it head on? You've got an airship that could go over the mountain. You could really see what's going on from behind them. Take the airship out of their sight and then land it somewhere safe and walk. If you really wanted to investigate the
Yeah.
camp. But that choice is up to you. You seem like you have a lot of too many things on your mind anyway. A lot of
Yeah.
options, a lot of things happen.
You know, this could be the perfect distraction we need.
Yeah. Like how they distracted us.
Oh
Yeah, the fuckers.
I feel like that sounds like a great idea.
I like it.
Give them a taste of their own medicine.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, you all seem like you have it all figured out. I'll tell you what. I'll work on getting a little help for your airship together. And when you're ready to head out, just come back here and hopefully they'll be waiting for you.
Alright.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. I think we should use this time to try to stock up anything we need. And
Yes.
maybe and Sickle, maybe we should tell the Empress about our next plans.
Yeah, sure. I'll definitely do that.
Right, let's get this all sorted out then.
Let's.
And we will get that all sorted out next week.
Oh gosh.
Suspense.
Oh, yeah. Also, it's running late,
Right.
so I think now is as good a time as any to call it.